But there's nothing worse than a brand that isn't really cool, doesn't have it in its DNA, which tries to be cool. So here's some of the stuff that is really 100% true. They're extremely tech savvy, and I think that territory is well known and well discussed today, I'm sure. They're open-minded, so Generation Y have a whole lot less hang-ups than Generation X do about what should and shouldn't be the case with their boyfriend, with their friends, with the world. They're achievement-oriented. They really, really want to do stuff. In emerging markets like South Africa, lots of that do stuff manifests as own stuff. I want to have a Gucci watch. I want to have an LV handbag. I want to drive a BMW. And there's problems with that materialism. There's huge issues around that desire to own stuff. But at least, whatever the reason, at least it drives a huge sense of ambition and wantingness to achieve. They are very community and education conscious. They're attention craving, so they're the selfie generation. Generation Y want to be noticed. They're more religious than ever. We have a greater tendency to return to Islam, return to Judaism, return to Christianity in 16 pluses in South Africa, and we have it in the last 30 years. They're family-centric. The more we deprive our children of time with us as parents, the more time they crave to spend with us. And they have FOMO. This is a phenomenon that really, month on month, you can notice getting more intense. 16-year-olds are constantly living in a state of nervousness that their buddies are doing something more interesting than what they are doing. And we have 12-year-olds waking up in the middle of the night to check Instagram, to check Facebook, to check their social media accounts because they're really scared that their buddies are out doing something they haven't been invited to. So, how do we as marketers or brands start playing in the space in a way that's meaningful, in a way that connects, in a way that treats young people like human beings who we're interested in rather than just consumers? Generation Next is a study that helps us as HDR understand that quite deeply. The study has two parts. It's got a part that's published in the Sunday Times and has an awards event around it, which is the coolest brands in 74 categories. In addition, though, it has a consumer behavior and lifestyle bit, which helps us understand why young people go to malls, what they believe in, what they hope for their future, how they spend their money. And that stuff's really valuable. So we poll in February and March every year in 6 provinces. It's mostly a quantitative study, but there's some qualitative components. And this is how the sample is weighted. So it's representative of urban South African youth. Urban South African youth is 65% black. It's roughly even in terms of male and female split. And those are the ages up there. Kids, aged 8 to 13 are 40%. Young adults, 25%. And teens, aged 14 to 18, are 35%. So when I'm showing you graphs and stats just now with this little insignia on, which is this year's campaign logo, those are stats drawn from the Generation Next study, just for reference.